Welcome. Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate. And today we're going to be calibrating the Prusa XL 5 tool head. I'll wait for someone to come in, but I want to hear that my mic is working correctly as well. And I think what we're going to try and do is connect some of this stuff up here so you guys get a better view of the action. And I think what's going to happen is maybe my phone will kick us off. I hope not. But we'll see in a minute. So let's get that going up there. Hello. Yesterday we had a lot of luck and a lot of fun with the casual live streaming format without all the cameras and lights and multiple angles and sound effects. And it was really fun. So I decided let's just do that again instead of the big production. Because I don't have, if you guys remember yesterday, I said I definitely don't have room right now for the big production format. It's too much of a mess in this office. Welcome. I see a bunch of you coming in. Really happy to have you here. Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. Clearly I do not, but all right, cool. How's the audio? Let's see. Can I move this? Howdy, mic is working. Festivus for the rest of us. I should get a buddy cam. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yo, what's up, Feder? Buddy cam, that's a good idea. Production doesn't always feel real. That's true. All right, let me get a computer. We've got Christmas. We've got coffee. Life begins after coffee. And we've got the Prusa XL. I will once again say thank you. Yeah, I do have a bit of a cold. You're absolutely right. Where do I find contracts to make parts? It's cut off. Yeah, it's early for me to start live streaming here. In any case, we got coffee. We got the Prusa XL. We got a bunch of parts that I designed and printed and have been sitting on my desk at home. Let's see if they fit real quick. These screwdrivers came without end caps, so I designed my own. Oh, don't you love when it works like that and then it spins out? Well, that's not as good. It was supposed to spin and not come out. Ah, because this one's broken. I squished them in my pocket. Oh, perfect. Looks like life is dead as that cup looked empty. No, life begins after coffee. You really think that I would start the live stream before I drank half my coffee? Come on, man. What do you mean contracts? Like, to sell parts? I don't really sell parts. I have a standing ad on Facebook Marketplace. By the way, you guys should be hearing me through this mic, right? Because yesterday we had some audio issues. I have a standing ad on Facebook Marketplace, print as a service. Once in a blue moon, someone reaches out to me and I actually print something for them. Yesterday, people were saying that the laptop really puts into perspective the size of the XL. So this is a 14-inch MacBook Pro. And I think I could fit a 16-inch in here. It's kind of crazy. Let's get you guys a better angle. So yesterday, I had to pick my kids up. So we didn't get everything done. Today, we're going to try. And let me know if you guys don't like... let me know if you don't like the camera angle. I'm more than happy to change it. All right. And also, let me know if I have a bald spot. I think I don't. I think it's just the way my hair parts. All right, cool. I was on a live stream once, and I did something like this, and people were like, oh, you're going bald. I was like, no! I've made it this far. All right. Prusa.io/doc setup. Let's have a look-see. And let's have the rest of our coffee, shall we? Wizard, dock position calibration. We need the universal wrench. Okay, where did I put it yesterday when we used it? There it is. I want you guys to know that the studio was pristine, both cleanliness and and organization like 2 days ago, but it takes me no time whatsoever to through the endoscope. Yeah, it takes me no time whatsoever to make a huge mess in here. And then the problem is, inevitably, I always have to pick my kids up when things are most messy. All right, we need the universal wrench. It is necessary to follow every step in the dock calibration. Do not rush. Read every step twice, then proceed with the instruction. All right, so I know it's going to be a little bit boring for me to read to you guys out loud, but I want to do this right. Follow the wizard instructions on the screen. It says 3 minutes. Okay. So we hit continue. Loosen pin. Okay, let's move the $3,000 laptop. Close one. Woo! I'm awake now. All right. The calibrated dock is illuminated at the bottom and front side. The calibrated dock is illuminated. That's a bit strange language. Is illuminated at the bottom and front side. Is flashing with white color. Okay. I think that's a grammatical error, but it's cool. Loosen and remove the dock pins. Loosen and remove the dock pins. I think we need the other universal wrench, it feels like. Or this thing. Yeah. We need this thing. So the dock pins are those little guys on the side. Or girls. Ooh, they're really in there, huh? Yesterday I was very fortunate in that I had a ton of people on the stream who had already done this. And they're like, no, don't skip that step, because there's different versions of the XL. And they're like, no, even though you have those dock wipers, you still need to do this. I was like, oh, okay, great, thank you. All right, dock pins are removed. Dock 1. Loosen screws. Follow the wizard. Follow the wizard, Harry. Let's not lose the dock pins. Okay, follow the wizard instructions on the screen. Loosen the 2 screws on the right of the dock pillar. I love the touch screen actually shows me what I need to be doing. Each 1/2 universal wrenches. Yeah, I guess that's true. Oh, you're still drinking coffee. Oh man, that's not good for you. And yeah, fair game about not affording a Prusa XL. I could not afford or justify this in Israel either. Prusa was very generous because I have a project video coming up that this would be really helpful for. Because to get one here, I think this is probably the second one in the country. To get one here would be wildly expensive. Loosen 2 screws. A few turns are enough. Okay, I see. I understand now. A few turns. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, continue. Align the tool changing mechanism with the tool and lock it by sliding both metal bars to the right. They give me 2 minutes to do this. So I just push that manually. Manually, okay. I think, like where? I understand now why they give me 2 minutes. I was going to say 2 minutes feels pretty generous. Okay, so I do that and then I lock it. Feels pretty locked. Boom, boom. Okay, continue. I love this is a huge step up for Prusa, like the screen actually telling me, so I don't really need the computer. Continue. Tighten the top dock screw at the right side of the pillar. You got it. I feel like once I've done this once, it's going to take 10 seconds to do the whole process. And that is my head that you guys are seeing. Do you guys want to get closer? How many people are we? 61. It blows my mind. I mean, yesterday I said this too, but it blows my mind. Like, I never watch these vertical live videos. It blows my mind. And I don't know, like, does it pop up on the desktop? Is anyone watching this on desktop? Or does it only show? By the way, we should move this light so it's not blocking our light that we're actually using. I mean, I could also turn on some of the many, many professional lights that are lining the walls of this studio, but we're going for fast and dirty here. Okay, be careful in the next step. The printer will be moving. Do not touch the printer. Oh no! Well, it looks like I did not do a good enough job locking, because clearly the tool head is not locked on. So that's a bummer. Oh, it recommends it on the front page. That's great. Can I just hit abort? Because abort. Dock position calibration, dock 1 calibration. Continue. So clearly I did not lock things into place properly, because it kind of just went peace. All right, let's loosen this. Start from the top. Great. Okay. Continue. Loosen. Continue. Align and slide. Oh, I actually need to slide the metal bars to the right. Okay. We do this, then how do I lock it? Or did I put it in the wrong place? Sliding both metal, duh. Those metal bars gotta slide to the right. Okay. Well, that was silly of me. All right, now we know. Tighten the thing at the top. All right. Listen, you guys don't watch the next layer for expertise or knowledge. Let's be real here, okay? Let's call a spade a spade. You guys watch for entertainment, right? Like none of you are under the illusion that I know what I'm doing, right? Just want to be clear about that. Edutainment. I be lurking. Good luck with the things. I watch to see what might break. Exactly. See? Then we're all aligned here. I am a hobbyist just like all of you. I just happen to have cameras and like making videos about my escapades. Well, there we go. Do not touch the printer. I really am tempted to try and get those other pins out since I know I'm going to need to do it, but I will follow directions and not touch the printer. And now I must blow my nose. Let me see if I have a mute button on this microphone. I'm not sure I do. Sorry, guys. Apologies. Tighten only the bottom screw on the right side of the pillar. With pleasure. that wasn't good. I hit the button on accident. As soon as I get this done, we're going to start a print, and then I need to get a video out today. Be mindful, there is a video coming out today. Whoa. Okay. That's done. Install and tighten the dock pins. I'd love to. Let's get them in. How are we doing for a view? You guys can see. I found your videos because you was talking about something I needed help with, but yeah, yours is one of the more entertaining ones for sure. That's true. Knowledge also includes learning from failure. That's fair. I don't know how many people know this, but in my last job, I taught learning. Like literally learning techniques, study techniques, how to improve your reading, memory techniques. And I became an expert in that. And I always used to say, like, our sales pitch was like, if you can learn quickly, you can kind of do or be whatever you want. Like, you want to, that was my experience. Like, you want to be a better family man, or you want to be the kind of person who's in a happy relationship, you can learn how to be that person. You want to be a better dad, you want to be a better guitar player, you want to be a YouTuber. And, I mean, sometimes we used, you know, pretty like intense marketing, but I think that was spot on. Like, I think I've demonstrated that. I decided I was bored with that. It wasn't challenging me anymore. I wanted to be, first off, I wanted to learn about 3D printing, and I just went headfirst in. And then I wanted to be a YouTuber. I mean, less that I wanted to be a YouTuber. I wanted to make a full-time job out of it, and the only way, I think, without proper engineering skills, which I don't yet have, was creating content, and I love creating content. So in any case, I'm learning as I go and sharing my learnings with all of you guys. Cool. Are we ready to do another one? Offline, why? U block. I don't think I'm offline. There's 95 of you online. Dock calibrated. Okay, finish. All calibrations. Continue. All right. Let's remove these pins. I think now I remember how to do all of this. And I'll tell you what, we can do my favorite technique, which is batching like tasks. So we're gonna, ooh, that's really in there. Ooh, that actually hurts my hands to take that off. We can loosen all these at once. There we go. Yeah, I thought about just doing this whole unboxing and everything by myself, but I felt guilty, which is kind of weird. Like, I felt like I should share this with the audience, the fam, the Filafam, as I call them, because I'm very grateful to all of you guys, because I wouldn't be able to play with all these fun printers if it weren't for all of you. Let's remove this. Oh, that doesn't want to come out. Doesn't want to come out. Those are in there. Pretty good. So the XL uses a lot more CNC'd parts than I think I realized. Okay, that's out. And that is out. Okay. Continue. Loosen the 2 screws. I mean, I feel like I could just loosen everything at once. It doesn't really matter. All right, let's get you guys over here. Loosey-goosey. I think those are different sizes. Yes, they are. Loosey-goosey. Batching like tasks. I also used to have courses on productivity and time management, and that is one of the most basic ones. You don't do a load of laundry for 2 shirts and a pair of socks. You batch. So if you can batch without it affecting the outcome, do it. Which is why I only do email twice a week. Because otherwise it can just eat up your life. All right. Loosey. Okay. Let's go. Continue. Align the tool. I finally understand what it's actually doing. It's not calibrating the pins here. It's calibrating where each tool is on the extrusion. Now it's going to measure where it is in X and Y. I want an XL, but 3,500, yeah, it's super expensive. I'm not going to lie. 3,500 plus tax plus shipping. I asked Joe point blank about this. I had a really great opportunity to sit down with him while he was eating lunch and just corner him and be like, hey man, can I ask you some questions? And he was really open. And that's kind of how they roll, I guess. And I asked him, like, why is the XL so expensive? Parts wise, you know, it doesn't seem like it should be that expensive. Excuse me. I hope that doesn't like blow your eardrums out. And what he said surprised me a lot. And it wasn't what I thought he would say. I thought he would say like, you know, it's charge what the market will bear, or something like that, or well, this part is more expensive than people realize. Actually, it was really interesting. He said, number one, you have to remember that a huge part of our cost structure at Prusa is support and warranty, and the XL is much more complicated and therefore is a much higher burden on our support team and our warranty and service. We have more parts we need to warranty. Okay, tighten screw at the bottom. Sorry. We have, and by the way, I asked him some off-the-record questions, which I'm not going to talk about, obviously, but this was not an off-the-record question. He didn't tell me I couldn't talk about this. So basically a big part of it is like they're not the company that, and nothing against companies that do this, but like some companies sell the product, you get, 6-month warranty or a 3-month warranty, and then peace out. Prusa sent me a brand new Mark IV's fully, not because I'm an influencer, but because it was having VFAs. I was like, let me fix it. They're like, no, it's under warranty. Just send the printer back and we'll fix it. So imagine if they have to do that for an XL. Like imagine the off chance they need to ship the whole printer back. That's expensive. Okay, install and tighten the dock pins. So that's part of it. And the support team, there's much more that can go wrong or break. And then the other thing that I thought was interesting, Core 1 is a very simple printer, that's why. The other thing that I thought was interesting is he said R&D, And I said, what, like to fund future products? And he said, no, think about the only slicer around right now is Prusa slicer that can handle tool changers. And we have 13 developers on staff full time, like fixing and making that happen. As well as, you know, actually developing the product. I'm sure a lot of the R&D for the next extruder is basically amortized on this because this was the first printer I think that had it. Basically, he said, you know, like anyone else who comes after us is going to be really lucky because they can just use Prusa Slicer, and we've paid 13 full-time software developers to develop everything that you would need to actually slice for a tool changer. But we have to recoup that cost. I should not be doing what I'm doing now, which is trying to get ahead while the printer does its thing. Anyway, take it, you know, take it. Ooh, Mullen tea, that's a good idea. Take it or leave it. As a business owner, I get it. And I said to him, I was like, look, the other thing is, like, it's the smart thing to do. E3D stopped selling their tool changer. You guys are the only consumer tool changer or prosumer tool changer on the market. You should charge what you can while you can. He's like, yeah, but, or someone else on the team was like, yeah, but that's not how we price our products, you know? It's really more about taking into consideration the fact that we're going to need to warranty these and support them forever. So, yeah, the price is mainly dictated because they put after sales. Yeah, I agree. And that's the thing, right? Like, until you experience it, and look, how do I say this? I want Prusa to win, or I want everyone, every good company that's good people to win. I want Prusa to continue to succeed. And I know that that's not going to win everyone over, right? Like, and I think that's why Prusa is a better choice for a school or a university than you know, a Creality or something. But in any case, where was I going with this? Until you've experienced it, you don't get it. Like I experienced it before I was creating content because I had some issues with my Mark 3S, and you literally get 24/7 live chat service in any of like 20 languages, and that's crazy. This printer stops and resets. Schools there have been switching to bamboos. Interesting. So, Leon, interestingly, yesterday I discovered that there is another port for adding an MMU, which surprised me. That's what someone told me. I was like, what's the 6th port for? And they're like, oh, it's for the MMU. I've never heard or seen anything about a Prusa XL with an MMU, but someone said yesterday on my stream that you could do it. I think probably what you would end up doing is having like one extruder that you connect to the MMU. Okay, I'm just batching all this. But I heard that it's possible. Can someone maybe while you guys are sitting there look it up and tell us? Because there is one extra slot for connecting another board on this thing. And yeah, so the other thing is Prusa is aware of that, and that's why the Core 1 is designed and manufactured the way it is. I'm not trying to, by the way, like shill Prusa or sell Prusa here. Like I've been a very vocal critic of them, and it's not lost on me the fact that I don't currently have a relationship with Bamboo Lab, right? So I don't want to come off as like, oh, Bamboo Lab and I don't work together, screw them, Prusa's better now. No, like I have my criticisms of Prusa, but I also now have access to talking to them, so I'm presenting what they have told me when I ask, because it is my job to kind of disseminate information, you know, like new products. And basically I want to use the access that I have to different brands, whether that's interviewing Dr. Tao or talking to the engineers at Creality's Clipper division or sitting with Joe. I want to use that to relay the information to you guys And you guys make the judgment. So anyway, Joe said very blatantly when I asked him, like, hey, what's the price going to be in US dollars of the Core 1? He's like, whatever the price of the Bambu Lab X1 Carbon is, that's what the price is going to be. We're going to make sure that it's the same price. And the whole design of the Core 1 has been done in such a way that 1, it's modular, 2, it's upgradable, 3, like when I say modular, I mean it could be expanded to a 350 or a 400. It uses an exoskeleton. And it could be manufactured anywhere in the world. It doesn't require any special manufacturing process. As long as the part, it could be assembled anywhere in the world. Okay, dock 3, we suggest opening, continue. Okay, we already took out the pins. It should say in the guide, I'll give them feedback, like it should say in the guide, just do all that, loosen all that. Take all the pins out because there's no sense in doing them one by one when you have the tools in your hand. Okay, lock the tool. So that would be my only feedback. Loosen all the pins at once. I already loosened all the top screws. Beautiful. Now it's going to have me tighten, if I recall. The Underdog, Anchor Make M5. Yeah, I had a lot of, Prusa purchased a long time ago, printed solid in the US. I had a lot of problems with my Anchor Make M5C. Oh, was I supposed to tighten the top one? I think I was already. I guess this is why they have you do it step by step, after I just gave my whole lecture about batching. Okay, let's tighten the bottom. Sorry. I had a lot of problems with my Anchor Make M5C with heat creep. And so everyone talks about Anchor Make, as you said, like the Underdog. Everyone talks about like they would have been a game changer if Bambu had never come out, and then like a month before them, Bambu came out. I guess, I mean, yeah, the best printer out there before them and Bambu was install and tighten the dock pins, was the Prusa Mark III S Plus. And yes, that was exactly the time when I was super critical of Bambu, of Prusa. Like, dude, really? 4 years, no new printer, and your web page teases Mark IV, and on April 1st you tease. Like, I still maintain that was in bad taste. I love you guys at Prusa, but when your customers are waiting anxiously to make a joke of releasing a new product that we want so badly, that to me like really left a bad taste in my mouth. And I think that's why they don't do that kind of stuff anymore. They do like something that is clearly a joke and not poking fun at, hey, we know you want it. Anyway, to go on my tangent, I don't want to criticize Prusa too much because they did just spend a ton of money to send me this printer, and I'm super grateful. Tighten the dock pins, continue. In any case, yeah, Anchor Make at that moment would have been great had they come out right then, and Bambu just came in and took their lunch. That doesn't sound very nice. I think because I didn't tighten the top one. I want to redo this one, I think. It doesn't sound nice. But we'll do that one next. Okay. Continue. We took the pins out already. Continue. Loosen the 2 screws. Continue. Align the tool. Yeah, it actually does make a difference, the top one versus bottom one versus when you align them. Okay. Continue. Yeah, that was a mistake, what I did. So we are going to recalibrate it in a little bit. Because it just did not feel or sound very nice. I was too involved in talking. Anycubic. Yeah, Anycubic's an interesting one. I have a lot of opinions about them. I disagree with how Anycubic's doing things. I think in a world of bamboos, don't try to be a bamboo. I think Anycubic's hardware is good, though. I didn't have issues. Which one did you find was not well made? I've had the Cobra 2 series and the Cobra 3. I thought the Cobra 2 was okay. The Cobra 3, the hardware is phenomenal. It's the software. Like, why do you guys need to make your own slicer? Number one. Anyway, I am absolutely tickled that almost 90 people are watching this now. I wouldn't have the mental strength to run that printer. It's for tough guys. Which one? This one or the Cheaty? Okay, continue. Install and tighten the pinny pins. Yeah, basically, I get what it's doing now. You manually lock it. That's the only reason you need to take out the pins. It measures where am I, where is this dock, in case it moved in shipping, even though they bolted down the rail in the back. And then that's it. I mean, and then it does a bunch of times just testing to see, like, okay, how does it feel docking? I'm a little surprised that it didn't pick up on the fact that I didn't do a very good job on the third one. I would have expected it would have some kind of collision detection. Does anyone know? By the way, did someone look up the MMU thing? Like that, whether or not I can run an MMU with this? And also, it would be interesting to me to know if these are closed loop steppers. And also, where the hell am I going to put this thing? I'm out of space for printers. I think I might build a table. In the print farm in the middle of the room and let this be in the middle, like, what's it called? Like a shrine. Okay. See, that's much nicer. I want to redo the other one. Yeah, we're redoing this one, guys. After. I'm not satisfied. So a lot of people watching, very few responding. How many of you guys are like actually watching and how many of you are doing something else and don't hear me when I ask questions? Because I really do enjoy the interaction. Okay, dock 5, calibration. We've loosened those. We've taken out the pins. Great. Align the tool. Pop, lock, and drop. Continue. Now it's going to move. No, now this is the part I keep forgetting. Now we tighten the one pin. That makes all the difference in the world. That's the part I didn't do on dock 3 and why we need to go back to dock 3. There. I do like the Prusa aesthetic. I mean, it helps a lot that orange and black are literally my favorite colors. And white. I mean, like, basically my aesthetic is... There's a reason that I chose the colors I chose for my brand. But also just the, like, the vibe. The very kind of, like... I don't know if it's cyberpunk or what you would call it, but... ERCF is ancient tech now with Box Turtle. Agreed! Sorry, ERCF team, but I have a Box Turtle on the way, and I will be taking the ERCF off of my Voron, because ever since I installed it, I don't use the Voron because I feel like I can't trust it anymore. So I will be getting rid of it. Maybe I'll keep it and put it on a printer that I love less. But nope. I'm going Box Turtle. And eventually maybe Vivid. Okay. Oh, right. I keep thinking that it's there, but it's not. "2:48 a.m. Super unhealthy to be awake so late, guys. You should read Matthew Walker's Why We Sleep. It will definitely change your thoughts about sleep and its importance. Highly recommended. Okay, this one I want loose. Good. Continue. Now it's going to test itself. Install and tighten the dock pins. It's getting a little warm in here. Seems like officially the MMU3 does not work. So there's some interesting stuff. Creality K2 Plus, I will answer that in a minute. There's some interesting stuff then, because number one, there's an extra port on the back here for another tool head or something. You know, it's an expansion port, just like the other tool head ports. And number two, on the sides, it says, you know, filament, like tool head 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then after 5, there's another one that's empty, and it just has a smiley face. Why would they put that smiley face unless they had something up their sleeves? They could have I mean, it's a 3D printed part. They could have just as easily not had a hole here for another PTFE. So I suspect that they're going to be able to add something here. Okay, continue. Now it's going to check. Hang on, guys. I'm going to take off this thick sweater. Ugh. I love you guys. This is so fun to me. Like, that I just have company to play with my toys. And you guys are hanging out with me and I'm not doing all this alone. Why is this video shorts format? Ooh, another 5 tool head expansion. I don't know what that means. Why is it vertical? Because I don't have room in the studio right now to do a proper live stream at a proper table. And all my lights and cameras are over there, so. Load cell test, selecting tool. Yeah, it was either not do it, because everything is so messy here and I don't have space, and I honestly don't have the time this week to set up the cameras and all that stuff. So it was either not do it or do it casual. And to be honest, I think, wow, time for work. So catch you on the next layer. Love it. Have a good day, Cyberjack. Thanks for stopping by. So I figured we'll do it casual. Load cell test. We will need your help with this test. You will be asked to tap the nozzle. Don't worry, it's going to be cold. Tap the nozzle on beep. Beep. Passed. Okay, I still want to recalibrate 3. Selecting tool. Please don't try to select number 3. It's going to select number 3. Shite. Load cell test. Yeah, it's going to want to select number 3. All right, we're going to just help it, I guess. I don't know. I didn't anticipate that I would need to do anything with 3. I thought I would be able to go back. Passed. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right. Let's hope to goodness that it's going to pick it up correctly. No! Ah! We're helping it. All right, hang on. Yeah, it detected that something is wrong. Dock 3 calibration. Continue. Park current tool manually. Yeah, I want to redo this because I do not like how it's picking up. Look, Ma. Poop. What's wrong with number 3? Well, I forgot to tighten the screw while it was doing its whole thingamajig. So I just want to do it again. Now move the tool changing mechanism. I'll show you what I didn't do correctly. I was paying more attention talking. By the way, I remember I promised to answer about the Creality K2 Plus. I did this and then this, but I forgot what it's going to tell me to do next, which is tighten the top one. No. Why are the instructions different this time? The instructions are different this time. Abort. Dock 3 calibration. Opening the online guide. Okay, hang on. I need to pay attention here. Calibrated dock is illuminated. Great. Loosen and remove the dock pins. Done. Loosen the 2 screws. Done. This one could be much looser. That's tight. What's going on? What's going on, Jonathan? Come on. Okay, continue. Align the tool and then slide the metal bars. Continue. Tighten the top. So what I did was I forgot to tighten this one, which meant that all the calibration after was not quite right. All right, now it's giving me the process that I want. Okay, let's talk about Creality K2 Plus. It's pretty freaking good, guys. It had a bumpy start, but they're releasing software updates and profile improvements all the time. It's pretty damn good. Like, you know, all CFS's filament systems sometimes have issues. It doesn't like super empty spools, but it's pretty good and getting better. I actually have another CFS here that I'm waiting to unbox and add till I'm done with this. This is a disaster. Why is this a disaster? Because Smiley's in here? Okay, we can get rid of Smiley. How do I boot? How do I boot? I might have to open a computer. Community moderation. Message delay. 60 seconds between. Okay, great. Great. At least now we've removed Smiley. Or can you attach a second MMU? Yes, you can. Okay, well, I don't know if I can kick Smiley from here. Chat filter. But at least Smiley can only say hi once every 60 seconds now. So yeah, you can do a second. Thanks for letting me know, guys. You can do a second tool head on the, or a second material changer on the K2 Plus. And I think you might even be able to do 3 or 4. I'm not sure. But they sent me another one. They asked me if I wanted to be able to do 8-color printing, and I enthusiastically said yes. The K2 Plus is pretty good. It's expensive, obviously, but it's kind of the only game in town right now for that size and multicolor out of the box without, you know, without a tool changer like this one. So I recommend it. I like it. I use it. It's not my favorite printer, but it's pretty darn good. Okay, there we go. So is Smiley still? Smiley, sup yo. Yeah, you've been restricted, homeboy. Maybe that'll force him to behave nicely. Otherwise, I'll take out my computer and I will ban you. So behave, little buddy. Okay, we're almost ready to print. What should we print first, guys? Let's decide together. I'm thinking multicolor benchy. I've been so excited about this, I haven't actually taken any time to think about what I'm going to print. I do want to print some shoes, maybe in 2 different colors of TPU. What's my favorite multicolor printer currently? Honestly, real talk, if all I need to print is multicolor PLA, my favorite multicolor printer is the Bamboo Lab A1 Mini. It's the most reliable multicolor printer I have, hands down. Maybe this will change that. Finish remaining calibration. No, finish. Abort. I already calibrated dock 4. Okay. Are we good? Load cell test. We need to do that. So test 3. The menus are very easy if you have to jump around, so that's nice. Thank goodness Prusa started adding touchscreens. Okay, this needs to go down. Or maybe I'll just bring the whole thing down since we're done working up there. Ba-bam! Don't forget to hydrate, guys. Okay. Continue. Give it a little tappy tap. So I guess now these come with a 0.4 millimeter nozzle, which to me seems a little silly. But I guess they were having a lot of stringing and oozing issues with 0.6, so what do I know? Everyone I know who has one of these and has gotten it more recently loves it. The other content creators I know, and I'll be honest, like I give a little bit more weight to other content creators just because we get so many machines. Whereas if someone who only has 2 machines tells me like, yeah, my Prusa XL is my favorite, you did not tap the nozzle or tapped it too soon. Retry. Continue. Hold on. Let's pay attention. Good. To me, it carries more weight if someone who has 25 printers says, yeah, the XL is my most used printer. And, 25 different printers, I mean. So Mandic really has told me, yeah, dude, my XL runs constantly. Sam Prentice told me, yeah, my XL's one of my favorites. So yeah, I'm pretty freaking stoked. What was my reason for buying the Prusa XL? I did not buy it. I honestly could not afford to get one here in Israel. It would be absolutely insanely expensive with the customs and everything. Prusa offered me one, kind of no strings attached. And I told them I would love one because I have a new project or experimentation video coming up that would take me like 10 years if I had to manually do each filament. It involves a lot of different filament types, not just colors. I was like, oh my God, that would save me like 2 weeks of work. They're like, yeah, we'll send you one. So that was my reason. Into different types of filament, and the K2 Plus is high on the list. So if you, yeah, build plate size. If you want to do different types of filament in the same print, you need probably tool changer. Lost in Tech printed a super tiny multicolor. Yeah, he's another one who speaks highly of the XL. How you manage them. Manage what, KD Revolver? All right, let's take this reminder and remind me in an hour. Yo mama sus. All right, Smiley, you're kind of annoying, everyone, so you're out. Let's say bye-bye to Smiley, everyone. Here we go. Smiley is going bye-bye. Okay, preparing. We're checking the nozzle heaters now. Let's see. Live. Edit. View on YouTube. Okay. Smiley is done. Bye, Smiley. Bamboo A1 or A1 Mini is the best first printer, hands down. I think it is absolutely the best first printer. It's the one I recommend whenever anyone asks, and I've heard most content creators say the same. Wow, this vertical video is a little annoying if you're... Smiley's back. Remove. Strange. Maybe he has multiple accounts. You can do multi-material prints. Not really. You can mix close enough filaments. All right, now we're testing the nozzle heaters. You can do like PLA and PETG, but if the bed is too different of a temperature for each filament, or the nozzle's too different, or one needs an enclosure, one doesn't, you can't really. And you can't do TPU in the Bamboo Lab AMSs. So no, you really do need a tool changer. By the way, 15 likes, guys. Come on. Ouch. I'm getting a lot of hearts. That's cool. Thank you for the hearts. Wow, Smiley's back again. All right. I don't know how he keeps coming back, but let's report. Hide user. Lifetime ban for Smiley. Congratulations. Ah, I was removing the messages, not the person. Okay. Nozzle heaters tests. Let's do that. Siamana Zarazana. Someone's clicking a lot of hearts. Thank you for the hearts. I don't know what hearts do, but I'll take them. I'm also going to angle this down so you guys can see more printer and less person. What other questions do you guys have in general? Maybe I'll turn slow mode off now that what's his name is gone. Do I know how to do that? Okay. Reactions, community moderation, settings. It's not what I wanted. I don't know how to do it on the desktop. I guess I can do it here, but I would have to do this. No, I wasn't removing him correctly. Chat filter, no. Community moderation. Live chat, all right, there. Slow mode is now off. Matthew, to be honest, they've come a long way, but not in a short time. It took them about 2 years to get this printer out the door after they initially presented it, and it's taken about another year to get it working perfectly for people. So it's been a long and slow and arduous process. COVID obviously was really hard on them, and the supply chain issues that COVID presented, but up until recently, I didn't hear about people getting it and it just worked perfectly out of the box, which is part of the reason like I didn't push to try and get one. Continue running calibrations and tests. Yeah. Third side filament sensor can be remapped to the right side. Calibration will follow. What do you mean? Third side filament sensor. Oh, that's why there's a smiley face. Okay, I get it. Okay, wait until a tool is picked. I don't have, here, I'm going to read the comments here. Yeah, they presented this printer like 3 years ago, and then the pre-orders were stuck for like a year and a half or two. Don't quote me on the timelines, but yeah. Awesome, NB. I hope you used my link for the K2 Plus, but thank you, and I'm happy to help. The only thing that happens overnight is changes of opinion. Nice. Genuine question, would a K2 be too huge of a jump coming from an A1? No, I don't think so, but it will be huge, period. It's massive. I can show you in a minute. It's really, really big. It takes up a ton of space. Please make sure there's no filament in the tool and side filament sensors. You will need filament to finish this test later. Continue. Is there any filament in the tool or side filament sensors? No. Okay. Pause your prints on the, you can pause your prints, yeah. Okay. Insert the filament through the side filament sensor into the extruder until the tool filament sensor detects filament. Let's do it. Take you guys a step back so you can see all the action. Okay. We're going to go with number 1. We've got some Galaxy Black Prusa Mint. Okay. And did it say all the way? Until the tool filament sensor. Okay, so we got to go all the way in. Doom, 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 doom. This is one of people's only complaints is like the manual loading. Like why not put a stepper on each one of these sides? Because if it's TPU, it's apparently a real nightmare to load. Okay. That's loaded. Good. Filament is inserted. Press continue. Calibrating. Do not remove filament. I saw the option to pause. How do you manage all your 3D printers? The K2, hold on, I'll answer all this. Local ad. Rise 3D, I've never used one of their printers. The K2 is bigger, and the K2 is 350 by 350 just build volume. Remove filament to finish. Okay. Filament sensors calibrated. Pick a tool. Wait until the tool is picked. Picked sounds weird. Hey, I did a pretty decent job on the back of my head here. All right, what else? How do I manage all my 3D printers? I use Octo Everywhere a lot to manage them remotely. I had another software that I was using to actually be able to manage the prints, but I kind of stopped using it. Make sure there's no filament. Continue. No, there's no filament. Insert filament. All right, I'm going to take this roll. This is going to go in number 2. I'm excited. I wanted to get this going yesterday, but I couldn't. Didn't have enough time. If you need to manage a lot of printers, you can use a software called Simply Print. It connects to like every possible type of printer. Bamboo is going to release a new, bigger printer, just so you know, Eddie. Like very soon, like in the next month or 2. But it's going to be much more expensive, probably, than the K2 Plus. That's what most people are saying. Okay. Let's do number 3. Continue. No. Yeah, it's not fun to load this thing. But it's not fun to load my ERCF either, which is why I want to get rid of it. Sorry, ERCF team. I love you guys, but that's 3. Remove filament. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Did you build your own DIY 3D printer ever, and how can I build? I love all the questions. Yeah, keep them coming. I've built 3 DIY printers, and I'm currently working on a DIY tool changer. I've built first off, you can build a Prusa machine if you want a really well-documented process. But also, if you want to build a printer from scratch, you can build a Voron. Hold on. I'll give you a link. And I've built 3 Vorons from 2 different companies, and they are lots of fun and very, very well documented. It's a process, you know, it's like 40-hour build. But if you want to learn how 3D printers work and improve your assembly and engineering skills, it's a great, great little adventure. Oh, I should put this up. Hold on. I have all my links, I think, coordinated in one piece, in one place. Okay, filament sensor calibrated. Great. Okay. Hold on. I'll show you guys. Wait, where are you guys? There we go. Great. How are we going to make the Core XY bigger? There are already some big ones. The Voron Phoenix is 600 by 600. The Rat Rig V Core goes up to, that's another one, by the way, if you want to build your own, is you could build a Rat Rig. The Rat Rig V Core 4 goes up to 500 by 500. Apparently, it's a really, really well documented build. And apparently, they're great printers. Okay, continue. Yeah, maintenance on a bamboo printer is less easy with all the tiny little PCBs and connectors. I would agree with that. Wow, we've been calibrating for a while, huh, guys? But I guess 5 of anything takes time. Tool offset calibration. You'll need to help with this. Okay. Wow, 14 minutes. Nozzles have to be perfect clean. Okay, they're all clean. Parking plate. What is the parking plate? I guess we'll need to check that up. Nozzles have to be perfectly clean. Clean all nozzles. Clean the parking plate. I guess that's that thing. Okay, continue. Install sheet on heat bed. Done. Preparing for calibration pin installation. I'm going to put some filament in here. Yeah, Soval SV08 is 350 by 350 by 340. Prints well out of the box. I would agree. I also have a link for that in the pinned area, just if you guys want to support the channel. No stress if you don't. It is too easy to use other people's print profiles. Now, I sense that we need some kind of calibration pin for the tool offset. This seems like it's a very important step. Well, look at that. I found it. Exactly what I thought I would. Silicone band, cable clip stopper. I guess that's probably an extra. And some of these are actually printed parts. Some of these actually appear to be MJF printed parts. Or sintered. Calibration pin and calibration pin key. Bamboo is probably doing a tool changer. It's actually not a tool changer, it's like a nozzle changer, but there have been leaks. It's going to have at least 2 tools, and it might be able to change the tool, like change the nozzle, rather than changing the whole tool. So that's pretty interesting. But it's coming. You can Google it. Okay, remove heated sheet. Okay, install calibration pin. I guess it probably goes right in the middle and screws right in. Beautiful. Continue. Could you please tell us, DIY 3D printer, which motherboard we have to use and why? Yeah, it really depends. By the way, I super appreciate all the great questions, KD Revolver, and everyone. It really depends, but most kits, if you buy a kit, like an LDO kit, will come with a Big Tree Tech board. A Cyborg kit will come with a Mellow board or a Fly Gemini board. So it depends, but what I would recommend, if you're doing your first build, I'd recommend building a Voron or a Rat Rig or a ready-made kit. Just so you get the feel of how everything works rather than designing your own printer or trying to assemble from scratch. These ones, they come with everything you need in a box and very, very clear instructions of step-by-step what to do. So check out Voron, Rat Rig, and they would, by necessity, they come with the exact board that you need for that specific build. All right, so now all it's doing is it's calibrating which tool goes where and the offsets for each tool. So there's a pin inside, you can see, and whoops. You know what? I can probably switch to the better quality camera if I have the computer open as well. Let's see. Switcheroo. Does that make for better quality, or it's all kind of the same for you guys? Yeah, you can also build a Prusa printer. These printers are available as kits. I wouldn't call them as much of like a DIY, but yeah, you can definitely build a Prusa Mark IV S. Or I think you can even buy this one. All right, cool. Now it's just, you see, doing the tool offsets. Checking each tool, seeing where it is. Where can I put this microphone receiver that it won't fly away? All right, well, I guess the answer is nowhere. Let's just do this again. Yeah, I think the new Bamboo printer is probably going to be more in the vicinity of $3,500, maybe $3,000, maybe even $2,500, but they can get probably $3,000 for it, so they'd be unwise not to. And yeah, it's going to have a lot of hype. You guys can check Bamboo. Hey, Carrie. Bamboo Lab H2D, I think it's called. Carrie, how did you enjoy Smurf? Okay, let's load up the Prusa XL in Prusa Slicer. Apparently we have a new update, so let's download that while we're waiting. It's just checking all the different areas and exactly offsets and all that. Okay. New Prusa Slicer installed. All right, now we can go to the XL 5-tool shaper. Excellent, and we can download just like a multicolor benchy. Let's see. 4-color benchy, 2-color Voronoi lattice. I think we start with the 2-color. That looks fun. All right. Still calibrating tool offsets. Okay, let's go to the XL. All right. Is this already different colors or what's the deal? Yes, it is. Great. And we'll do speed profile. We only need 10%. Oh, that's interesting. 0 available. It actually shows, oh, that's new. Prusa Slicer now shows how many of each type of printer I have available. And it shows that I have 1 XL and that it's currently printing. That's pretty handy if you're running a farm. Let's see, where are you guys? Hey, Papa Dave, great meeting you too. Spoke to Joseph about llamas. Let's see. You can ask me on DM, KD Revolver, on Discord. You can buy the kit from Prusa to assemble yourself, but you can't get some of the pieces needed to print your own for some of the parts. Some of the parts on XL are SLS printed, yeah. The size of this print bed, the volume is 360 by 360 by 360. I don't know how big the actual bed is, but that's the print volume. All right, I think we have a Benchy ready to print. Sweet. Now, I don't actually know how I determine which one goes to which tool, but there's 173 tool changes, and it's still going to print the Benchy in 1 hour and 28 minutes, which is pretty sweet. The wipe tower is only 3.61 meters of filament. Fantastic. Normal mode, it's going to take 1 hour, 18 minutes. Wow. That's like a normal Benchy from a few years ago, but multicolor. So far, it's not noisy, but it's not printing yet. One of these days, I will finish this stealth changer build. Yeah, I feel you. I'm working on mine, which is why we're doing it on this side of the studio and not on the other side, because I'm doing a tool changer build on the other side. Okay, let's load up some filament, and we'll get us a Benchy going. And then I need to get a video out, so you guys have a video to watch on Christmas Day from the next layer. Threaded rod, plywood, and printed parts. Wow, that's awesome. You can make a hot end out of PEEK. And yes, Nura, I'm building on the other side of the room an SV08 tool changer, which is in progress. That's going to be a 7 tool changer. And I am going to finish it, even though I now have a tool changer. All right. It will be an interesting comparison, absolutely. That one, the whole goal is just go crazy and spare no expense and cut no corners. So like, I want to be able to do multicolor TPU. So I have 2 LGX extruders on there specifically for printing TPU. Yeah, I can show the K2. Hang on. Thank you, Matthew. That's a really, really nice comment, man. I appreciate it. Let me take you guys to go see the K2. So if you see like, well, actually, why don't we just get a measuring tape? And I'll tell you guys how big the different printers are. So let's assume you actually need all this headspace above the XL, okay? So the XL is, heard it as in heard my nose blowing. The XL needs, let's call it 90 centimeters tall, okay? Sorry guys, I should have taken off the mic first. XL is 90 centimeters tall by depth-wise, you ideally need, I think it's touching the wall, so let's just say we're gonna measure it here. And then you need also room for the screen, so about 70 centimeters deep by, with the spool holders, assuming you're not doing, you're not using 3 kilo spools, 70 centimeters wide. Okay, now let's go to the K2, and I'll show you guys what's up and why I wouldn't necessarily recommend it as a first printer unless you're a bachelor or bachelorette. Okay, hang on. Into the mess. All right. So, but I forgot. I have the K2 on a, I I have the multi-material system somewhere else so that I can open the printer. So we'll do some simple arithmetic, okay? Check this out. Here you go. You wanted to see me next to the K2. This is me next to the K2. Okay, but then add on top of it a 27 centimeter multi-material system, right? So we take this guy, which is 60, let's call it 66 plus 22 is 88 tall. Can someone write in the chat as I'm going? So it's 88 tall. In the back, I'm going to give it a little bit of grace because it needs to be able to switch material. And with the screen, it's only about 60 deep. And then the width is obviously much smaller than the XL. It is, let's call it 50. If you remove the spool holder on the side, it'll be 50. So, okay, yeah, smaller. But with the multi-material system, probably also taller. 88 by 60 by 50, and what did we say the XL? Okay, the XL is 90 without an enclosure. Okay, I stand corrected. The XL is actually much bigger. Thanks for being scribes, guys. The case on the K2 is huge compared to the print volume. Well, actually, the print volume is only 10 by 10 by 10 smaller than the XL. So it actually does a pretty good job utilizing print volume. This is, I mean, obviously it's rounded, but this is 340. This is pretty much maxing out the build volume except for being rounded on the K2. And this is like 1.5 kilos of plastic. Let's see, do I have any other cool stuff to show you guys in here? I made some filament the other day that turned out really nice. This is called, you guys are gonna laugh, this is called Don't Be Weird White. Because it's white enough. Don't be weird. It was supposed to come out white, but there was a little bit of contamination, so it came out kind of grayish. You can see next to actually white filament. Hang on. Hang on. So this is it next to actually white filament, and this is my white filament. So I need to be better about contamination, and that's Prusa marble. Don't be weird white. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I'm going to do another batch because I really do need more white filament. And I just bought some virgin pellets to try and dilute my contamination a little bit more. But holy crap. I mean, I did buy from like a super high performance filament manufacturer here in Israel. Holy God. It's actually more expensive than just buying normal filament. Like I paid $20 US dollars plus shipping plus tax per kilo of pellets. So I think it's pretty clear it's not normal virgin material. Remove calibration pin. Let's not lose the calibration pin. That seems important. Once again, I want to thank Prusa for sending me this machine free of charge. I did not take any sponsors for these live streams. Just wanted to show some love to Prusa because I can only imagine what they spent in customs and shipping to get me this thing. And I am super appreciative. All right. Hold on. Badook. I really hope so. I already started learning Blender. Nah, dude, don't learn Blender unless you want to do organic modeling. Learn Onshape or Fusion. I prefer Onshape. I did a whole video why I'm leaving Blender. To me, Blender was a nightmare. Oh, that's awesome, Nira, that you rewatch them. I mean, if you have everything laying around and want to build one, like, first off, what do you do that you have all that cut sheet metal? But yeah, if you have the materials laying around and they're just collecting dust, it's worth it. If you have to actually buy the materials, you'd need to recycle a whole lot of filament, like hundreds of kilos, for it to even start paying off. And I don't think, you were a fabricator, yeah. And I don't think it will make sense from a dollars and cents perspective. But if you enjoy it, it's a fun hobby, definitely do it. There are things that I would do differently. Um, okay, it's heating the heat bed. There are things I would do differently today. Like, I don't know, if you're a fabricator, maybe start with like a 2-axis shredder, you know, like two rod shredder. And, you know, obviously, if you're a fabricator, you know, don't make the mistakes that I made about, what's it called? Fixed couplings. I think I also, a lot of my issues come from contamination, either wood chips or, yeah, at least now I know how to weld exactly, Carrie. Oh, that's awesome. Getting paid to watch my stream. That is cool. All right, so it's testing out the heat beds now. And pretty soon we're going to print. A Libre design. That's cool. Tinkercad is cool. Yeah, everyone has their different thing. What's the subject? Hey, Andrew. Good to see ya. Ever came to India? Yeah, I have been to India. 2 or 3 rod shredder and a viscous coupler so you can, yeah, exactly. Man, Neuro, where were you when I was building my whole thing? I mean, now I've got it working pretty well. My shredder needs a little love, but it actually works. I can run it for like 30, 40 minutes before it just gets too clumpy and nasty. The thing is, the precious plastic, phase stepping calibration. Hold on. Let me finish the sentence. The precious plastic shredder is not designed for 5mm or 4.5mm or whatever it is that we need. It's designed for 8. So in a perfect world, you would have a 2 stage, right? You would shred to 8mm and then you would pelletize. But you can make it work, but then you're going to have heat. You know all these things. If you're a fabricator, you know better than I do. All right, so now phase stepping calibration. To learn more about phase stepping, whoops. All right, I don't know what phase stepping is, but do I know about Wall 3D? No, never heard of it. All right, you guys want to see the printer? I gotta say, the stand that I built is pretty useful. By the way, spoiler alert, that's what I need to be testing and reviewing over the Christmas break. And that is what today's video is going to be about. A lot of exciting new machines that I'm leaking to you guys right now. Soval 3D? Yeah, personally, I like Onshape more than any other CAD. I find it just works best for me. It's easiest to understand. 87 minutes, 0 print. Yeah, it's true. People told me that it would take like at least an hour to calibrate this thing. And I'm doing a lot of talking. Have I got an S1? The Cobra Anycubic? Not yet, no. I kind of don't need more printers, you know, like unless they give me some new capability. I really thought, really though, I wouldn't direct drive it. I would run the motor to hydraulics to run it. That's interesting. I mean, I do have a gearbox. Is that considered direct drive? Like I have the 30-to-1 gearbox. I tried to direct drive it and boy, did that not work. Yeah, wow, 87 minutes. Oh my God, it's almost 11. I really need to get my my ass in gear. Yeah, that's a great idea, Andrew. I should do that. All my contaminated plastic, I could melt it into a brick and then prototype on the Carvera. Love that idea. I will try that because I have a lot of plastic that's hopelessly contaminated with wood chips from my shredder. It's a transmission, but hydraulics can run bigger on a smaller motor. Got you. Nura, where are you based? And do you do house calls to help me with my shredder? Even though I have it mostly working, but I really need to get my actual work done today. This is just me playing because This is for probably next week's video. I cannot justify. I mean, I do need to start the printing because it's like 7 days of printing for that video, but I can't justify spending my whole day on this printer right now. You need a shredder that feeds into a granulator. Exactly. Exactly. How does the print quality compare to the Bamboo Lab X1C? I love the printer design. I don't know. I haven't printed yet, but we'll find out very soon, hopefully. Nura, if you ever want to visit the Holy Land, do let me know. Yep, that's projects in Dad's Garage. That's the right way to do it. That's how Revo, what is it called? Revo 3D, their new Shredder 2 works. It shreds and then granulates. Yeah, it's still not running, Albert. I've spent now an hour and 20 minutes blabbing and calibrating and then recalibrating stuff. I'm not really in a rush, but I should be because I got a lot of stuff to do. Albert, what would you do? I'm reviewing this bad boy. What would you do with it? I mean, for the shredder, I need some steel parts. But one, I need to figure out where to get plates of steel, like good steel. And two, I don't think I should be CNCing steel on the Carvera Air. But give me some ideas for projects that I can do on the Carvera Air. Looks like a coffee maker. You could put a car in, but still same on a smaller scale. I'm located in Tel Aviv. 90 minutes and nothing. Yeah, sorry. To be honest, it's a lot of calibration, right? Like, I'm wasting a little bit of time, but these steps do take time. Let me show you the coffee machine. First off, this is what today's video is going to be about, fiber laser, and how it interacts with plastic, and is it a cool tool for 3D printing? And this is the Carvera Air that I, as you can see, unboxed and haven't even removed the film from. Haven't even plugged it in. I just need to get around to it. Hey, Andrea. Thanks. 90 minutes of solid information. Well, I'm glad you feel so. All right, come on. Let's get this thing done, Prusa XL. Papa's got work to do. I guess I could start reviewing the thumbnails for today's video. Let's see. I think for 3D printing channel, it's great to show the process of getting it. That's exactly what I was going to do. The angle I pitched them on the video was like, can an absolute noob figure out CNC? Like, has CNC gotten easy enough that that I can figure it out, an idiot like me? Waste plastic melted down into a brick. All right, I'll consider doing that. I've found that, yeah, I really need to, like, the way that I present things has to really be considering who the audience is and what they like. And if I'm going to talk about a fiber laser, which I am, then it should be about like, hey, how can this complement our 3D printing businesses, for example? Let's look at thumbnails for today's video. Let's see what we got. What did our designer churn out? Well, he didn't get what I wanted. Okay, face stepping, done. Happy printing. All right, we're good. Hey, I know it's Christmas, so if you can't do this today, I understand, but you forgot to remove the from. Okay, let's print something. So we don't have a USB. It does need a USB. Prusa machines don't use internal memory. And you know what? We have stuff already pre-sliced on here. Maybe we should start there. 5 head, dual head. Let's try dual head. Keychain, herringbone, first layer, bonkers benchy. Why not? 35 minutes. Now, is it going to ask me which filaments? Yes, yes, I like it. PLA, assign tools without filament. So PLA needs to go to tool head 1. Okay. And this goes to 2. Interesting. Loading PLA. Loading PLA. Carry out changes. So now it's going to load by itself. All right. Loading filament. Press continue and push filament in. I've already pushed it in. Now I wonder, does someone know? I haven't tried any LED printers. Unfortunately, they don't ship to Israel. Okay, Andrea, thanks. Appreciate it. Loading is manual in terms of like loading, pushing the filament through the tubes. But it is like you tell it what it needs to do and then it's going to load the filament by itself. You tell it which tools you want to use for this print and it's going to actually heat them and extrude them, is what it seems like. So let's see. So that's how you calibrate the Christmas. What was I going to ask you guys? I don't remember. But look, it's loading. It's actually pulling the filament into the extruder, loading. All I had to do was tell it which tool heads and then tell it go do it, like load them. They all have PLA. Okay, yes, that is correct. Let's take that. Thank you. No, we don't want tool 2. That was a mistake. I made a mistake. Yeah, that was a mistake. So I'm just going to move the filament. It's going to be faster. What I was going to ask you guys is, I wonder how it handles which tool head needs to be hot and which doesn't. Like, if it's not going to use that filament for another hour, does it cool down the tool head or does it leave it hot? Loading filament. Continue. Okay. So I messed up. I should have told it that it was on tool 5. That was my bad. Okay, now it's loading. And that's red filament. Okay, is color correct? Yes. All right. Please assign a tool to the filament. Ready to print. Print. Okay, I'll have to get used to how that interface works. I've never had an Ender printer, actually. What is the meaning of life? 42. Corn plastic? Russell, just so you know, all PLA is made of corn or sugarcane. It's all corn plastic. Mind blown. Happy Christmas, Papa Dave. Brits say Happy Christmas. Americans say Merry Christmas. Guys, check out the like spaghetti under the printer, under here. You can see all that action. All right, now it's doing bed leveling. What's interesting to me is it's choosing, okay. I was gonna say, is it actually gonna probe the whole bed? It is not. It's only probing the back. Now I think it's gonna purge, probing 0.1. All right, the true test, guys. Most people, well, not most people, a lot of people for a lot of time had a lot of issues with the XL not printing perfectly out of the box. Let's see if I have calibrated everything well enough that it is going to print perfectly out of the box. Here we go. Ah, wow. Thank you, Andrea. I really appreciate it. You rock. Thank you so much for the super chat. First super on a live stream. All right, here we go. It's extruding into the abyss. It's just extruding into the abyss. Okay. All right, cool. Fine. I'm the Prusa guy. Ah, yeah. I thought I recognized your name. Yeah. Now I know why I recognized. When you came in, I was like, hey, Andrea. Now I put 2 and 2 together. Hey, by the way, we spoke about the Italian AI translations, and I actually took it up with the company, and they said they're going to look into it. I looked through all the comments, and Italian apparently is not as good as some of the other languages, but they're going to look into it. But they also told me, hey, man, it's AI translation. It's never going to be perfect, you know? But I appreciate you bringing it up to me. Hopefully it gets better over time, but they kind of told me, you know, would you rather have 80% and be able to reach new audiences or not do it, which is what I was doing before. So it's printing. It does nozzle probing. Yes, it does. Pre-bed coffee. Excuse me. Okay. Hey, Andrea, since you're the Prusa guy, maybe you would know. There's an extra port in the back for like a 6th tool head, and we couldn't figure out why that's there. And there's also the smiley face where a 6th filament, you know, would go in. So maybe you could tell us what the deal is. Like, is there, someone said it's for adding an MMU later. Is there plans to be able to add an MMU on top of the XL so you could color change? Ah, wow. Thank you so much, KD Revolver. You guys are flattering me. I really appreciate the supers. All right, it's printing. How much fiddling is required? It's not even a lot of assembly work. I would say all in all, I've spent about 2 hours assembling and calibrating, but, sorry, it's invisible to you guys. Let me get closer. But I've done a lot of blabbing and chatting and reading the instructions and stuff, so I don't know. Andrea could probably answer better than I could, but like, I'd say it's an hour, it's max an hour of assembly and then 45 minutes of assembly and an hour of calibration, but it does a lot of the calibration itself. And that would all be a lot less if you didn't have 5 tool heads. It's just doing each thing 5 times. MMU on XL will never come since it's a tool changer. Oh, adding different tools. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, Joseph said theoretically we could add different types of tools to, by the way, this is a bonkers benchy, not a like standard benchy. Joseph also said, you know, adding different tools, we could theoretically add different types of tools. I was like, oh, like a CNC? He's like, no, that's messy. But I don't know, maybe I'm just pontificating. He didn't say anything about this. Like maybe a UV printer tool head. So you could print something and then get UV lettering, just like this UV lettering. That could be cool. I love the smell of melting PLA. No official info, Andrea says. I feel like I want to try to make a head that takes clear plastic and injects dyes. Dude, Teaching Tech literally just did the video about this. Check it out. Definitely check it out. All right, guys. I'm going to wait for like 1 or 2 tool changes, but then I really got to get to work on this video. Like, desperately. I got to get a video out today. We have a sponsor. They have expectations. So I'll let it do some tool changes, but let's see. Okay. All right, I'm just working on this video and letting you guys watch. All right, let's see. Oh, wow. Thanks for the super chats, guys. I wasn't paying attention. Thank you so much. I super appreciate you guys. Really appreciate the super chats. They will go towards more projects and awesome videos. Let's see. You asked, what is your favorite printer of 2024? Ooh. I don't like answering favorite printer, and I'll tell you why. I think like I need more criteria. Favorite printer for beginners, probably Bamboo Lab A1 Mini. Favorite printer for all around, including engineering materials, X1 Carbon. Favorite printer for just sending a print and not even checking because I know it's going to be perfect, Prusa Mark IV S. Favorite printer because I love it and it just has the most character, Voron 2.4. So I don't like the general favorite printer question. I have a lot of favorite printers. All around, I think best printer of 2024 was probably the A1 or A1 Mini. But I also love my Mark IV S very, very much. We are now testing on using different nozzle sizes on the same print, and it's great. Wow, that's cool. Thanks, Hybrid. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas, Andrea. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. I'd sell my soul for a mosaic array. Haha. The only 2 points I ever make, not affiliated, is that I just make some really cool filaments. I really like the idea Former's take on 45 printing. Dude, yeah. I can show you some amazing stuff that I printed on the Idea Former. I'll show you guys this, and then I'll go, okay? Hang on. I'm going to get something. And then I really got to go get to work. You ready for this? What is the biggest 3D print you've ever done? Is it 256? Is it 500? Is it 600? Or is it 800 millimeters long, I think? No, this one's a full meter. That's a meter. Look at that. 1 meter long 3D print. This is a full wall panel of a multi-board. Pop that on, put another one below it, another one below it. Dung, 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 dung. Badass. Yeah, you'll love it. It's pretty cool. No printer of the year. Yeah, probably not. All right, I'm gonna let you guys see a little bit more tool changing, and then I'm out. It drops the filament tube and changes. What do you mean drops the filament tube? Are we talking about this printer or something else? I don't know. Oh, I think you're talking about Albert's project, which I need to watch that video today, hopefully. But first, I need to get my own video out. So I'm going to go do that because I've been live streaming for probably 45 minutes longer than I should. So, hey, thanks, guys, for tuning in. But I guess there's no harm in just letting this thing keep going, right? Vote in the chat. Should I leave this going so you guys can watch the XL print and I'll just do my work? Or should I go? Like, do you guys want to see this print finish? It's got 25 more minutes. But I definitely need to work. Close up. All right, let me get you a close up. I think I can get closer. Let's see. How can I get closer? I mean, it's a little difficult because the bed is so big and it's printing in the back of the bed. But maybe if I do this over the side of the printer. All right. I can leave this running for you guys and just go quiet. Is that cool? Are you guys happy? No tele-lens on the phone, sorry. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of work here, and I'll let you guys watch this. I'm going to put the microphone on the edge so you guys can hear the printer instead of me breathing and sniffling. There. Yeah, I think that red filament is probably sopping wet because it's stringing a lot. It's very old filament. Huh. What happened? All right, looks like we're done, guys. I'm here. I think I'm gonna stop the live stream, and actually focus on my work. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We got a nice benchy here. It's a bonkers benchy, so it's very, very thin. As someone commented, I was checking the comments from time to time. You can see that only the red filament is very stringy. The black is not, so I think I need to dry this filament probably. But yeah, the red turned out pretty bad. which is fine because I'm doing a filament drying video and I wanted to have some of my filament over waterlogged. So I'm going to print some of that now and do some tests. And thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks to Team Prusa for sending over this beautiful machine that I'm really excited to use. And you'll be seeing a lot more really cool projects in the upcoming videos. New video dropping today. Make sure you guys are subscribed and have the notification icon turned on. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. You guys rock. I love you all. And I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye.